Hello students, how are you all? Now, today class is theoretical concept of computing income from business, part second. In previous class, we have discussed about the theoretical concept of computing income from business, part 1. Under this head, those incomes are included which is derived from the operation of the business, which is derived from operation of the profession, which is derived from operation of the vocation. In previous class, we have also discussed what types of components are included under the head of income from business and profession. I have also discussed about the meanings of business, profession, vocation and terminology of business under section 28. 28 section is called the definition section, 28 section is called the charging section. Under this section, all types of components related to the operation of the business are included. So dear students, now we are also going today class about the theoretical concept of the business and the profession. Today class we will discuss about the speculation business. Speculation business is the such types of business where no physical transactions are taken place. Section 28 specifically provide that where an assessee carries on speculation business, that business of assessee must be deemed distinct and separate from any other business. It means speculation business is generally separates from other business. Such types of business becomes necessary because section 73 provides that losses in speculation business like other business cannot be set up against the profit of any business other than the speculation business. It means loss from speculation business can be satisfied only from profit from speculation business. It means loss from speculation business cannot be set off against the non-speculation business. It also, we can say, speculation business and non-speculation business both are separate. Both are separated. Speculation business and non-speculation business, loss from speculation business is other thing. Loss from other business is other thing. Section 28 especially provides such types of distinctions, such types of differentiate between two business, that is speculation business and non-speculation business. Likewise, a loss in speculation business carry forward to the subsequent year can be set off against the profit and gains of any speculation business in the subsequent years. It cannot be set up in subsequent years from the profit of other business. Profit and loss resulting from speculation business transaction must be thereof be treated as a separate and distinct from the profit and gains of the business and profession from the other business. Yani it is also calculated as separate wise, and non-speculation business profit is calculated or computed at separate wise. So dear students, we know speculation business loss can be set off against only from profit of other speculation business. Non-speculation business profit is not available to set off the loss of speculative business. Speculative business is the business where no physical transactions are taken place. कोई फिजिकल ट्रांजैक्शन इसमें नहीं होती है, वायदा कारोबार जिसे हम लोग भी जानते हैं. However, this deeming provision does not apply to the following companies. Section 28 regarding to the provision of the speculation business does not apply to the following companies. First, a company whose gross total income consists of mainly income chargeable under the heads interest on securities, income from house property, capital gain, and income from other sources. Second thing, a company the principal business of which is the business of trading in shares, the business of banking, the granting of loans and advances. These types of business are not eligible to apply the provisions of speculative business, speculation business. According if these companies carry on the business of purchase and sale of share of other company, they would not be deemed to be carrying on speculation business. And this types of explanation is also given section 73 of Income Tax Act 1961. यानी वे कंपनीज जो किसी दूसरी कंपनी के शेयर और डिवेंचर के परचेज करने सेल करने के बिजनेस में इंगेज हैं, such types of companies would not be deemed to be carrying on speculation business. This is given Income Tax Act 1961 section 73. Dear students, further provisions it is given on this slide. The following forms of transaction shall not be deemed to be speculative transaction. नीचे कुछ ऐसे भी ट्रांजैक्शंस हैं जो देखने से लगेगा कि these are the speculative transaction, but these are not called the speculative transaction. These are called the non-speculative transaction. First, hedging contract in respect of raw material or merchandise. A contract in respect of raw material or merchandise entered into by a person in the course of his manufacturing or merchandising business to guard against loss through future price fluctuation in respect of his contract for the actual delivery goods manufactured by him or merchandise sold by him are not treated as a speculative transaction. हेजिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रॉ मटेरियल के संबंध में या किसी और मर्चेंडाइज गुड्स के संबंध में, these are not treated as a speculative transaction on the basis of these provisions. Second one is hedging contract in respect of stock and shares. A contract in respect of stock and share entered into by a dealer. कोई डीलर इस तरह का शेयर और स्टॉक में डीलिंग कर रहा हो, और इन्वेस्टर देयर इन टू गार्ड अगेंस्ट लॉस इन हिज होल्डिंग ऑफ स्टॉक एंड शेयर्स थ्रू प्राइस फ्लक्चुएशंस आर नॉट कॉल्ड द स्पेकुलेटिव ट्रांजैक्शन. वो डील कर रहा है शेयर्स में, वो डील कर रहा है स्टॉक्स में, और प्राइस में फ्लक्चुएशन हो गया, उससे कुछ गेन हुआ. दीज आर नॉट ट्रीटेड एज अ स्पेकुलेटिव ट्रांजैक्शन. फॉरवर्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. थर्ड वन इज अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इंटर्ड इनटू बाय अ मेंबर ऑफ अ फॉरवर्ड मार्केट और स्टॉक एक्सचेंज in the course of any transaction, in the course of any transaction, in the nature of jobbing or arbitrage to guard against any loss which may arise in the ordinary course of business as a member or these are not treated as a business of speculative. Fourth one is trading in derivative. Trading in derivatives eligible transaction. Eligible transaction means transaction carried out electronically through the Security and Exchange Board of India, registered stock broker or sub broker or intermediary carried out in respect of trading in derivatives in a recognized stock exchange are not treated as a speculative transaction. Trading in commodity derivatives. Trading in commodity derivatives is an eligible transaction. Transaction carried out electronically through a member or intermediary registered under the bylaws, rules and regulation of the recognized stock exchange. In respect of trading in commodity derivative carried out in recognized stock exchange, which is chargeable of the commodity transaction tax under Chapter 7 of Finance Act 2013 are not treated as a speculative transaction. Dear students, generally, at the time of computing the income from business and profession, especially income from business, the profit and loss account, which is prepared by the business concern, which is prepared by the company concern or entrepreneur, does not directly accept by the income tax authority, does not accept directly by income tax department. On the basis of presented or prepared profit and loss account, a revised profit and loss account is prepared. At the time of revised profit and loss account, at the time of preparing of revised profit and loss account, it is very, very important things to observe, to investigate, to examine each and every items which are either shown in the debit side of the profit and loss account or shown in the credit side of profit and loss account, whether these are related to the operation of the business or not. If these are related to the operation of the business, normal course of the business, so these expenses are allowed which are already shown. But due to ignorance or due to intentionally by the business concern, if these items which are shown in the debit side or credit side of profit and loss account are not directly or indirectly related to the business or operation of the business, but shown in the debit or credit side of the profit and loss account, these provisions are given from section 30 to section 37 of IT Act 1961. So first, rates, taxes, repairs and insurance of building, section 30. If the business concern having no own business premises, not having own business premises, and business is running in rented house, business is running in a hired house, so rent, rates, tax, repairs and insurance are allowed if the building is fully or perfectly used for the operation of the business. If some part is used for the personal purpose or purposes, so these parts are not allowed and these are not shown. These should not be shown in the debit side of the profit and loss account, dear students. Are you getting? मतलब कुल मिलाकर के बिल्डिंग में रेंट दिया जा रहा है, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में दिखाया गया है, वो बिल्डिंग का रेंट तभी अलाउ होगा जब वो बिल्डिंग बिजनेस में यूज होता हो, बिजनेस के ऑपरेशन में यूज होता हो. टैक्स, रिपेयर्स, इंश्योरेंस तभी अलाउड होगा एडमिसेबल होगा जब वो पूरा का पूरा बिल्डिंग बिजनेस के ऑपरेशन में यूज होता हो। यदि मान लो बिल्डिंग का थोड़ा सा पार्ट पर्सनल पर्पज में यूज हो रहा है, तो दिस टाइप्स ऑफ the expenses of relatively part which are not used to the operation of the business are not allowed or inadmissible. Dear student, regarding this, section 30 of IT Act refers the provisions and rules. First, section 30 allows deduction in respect of rent, rates, taxes, repairs, insurance are building used by the assessee for the purpose of his business or profession. Where the premises are occupied by the assessee as a tenant, the rent paid for such premises and amount paid on account of cost of repair. If the assessee has undertaken to bear such repairs to the premises, so then it will be allowed. If the assessee is not undertaken, has not been undertaken to repair of the building, and repair is shown in the debit side of the profit and loss account, so these types of expenses are not allowed at the time of preparing of the profit and loss account to find the profit from business. Dear students, occupation of premises by the assessee being the owner, yani where the assessee himself is the owner of the premises and occupies them for his business purpose, तो no notional rent would be allowed. अपनी ही बिल्डिंग है, अपनी बिल्डिंग में assessee बिजनेस कंसर्न, बिजनेसमैन, एंटरप्रेन्योर अपना बिजनेस चला रहा है और अपनी ही बिल्डिंग का रेंट कैसे लेगा? डियर स्टूडेंट्स, नो, such types of rent is not allowed. If the building is owned by the assessee and in same building the business is running, so such types of rent is not allowed, never allowed as per section 30. अपनी बिल्डिंग का रेंट लिया जाएगा. If the building is higher and building ownership is not having by the assessee, so such types of rent is allowed if the building is used for the operation of the business. Okay, dear student, repairs of the premises. These slides represent the repairs of the premises. A part of the rent, this section allows the deduction in respect of expenses incurred on account of repair to the building in case where, क्या बात है, the assessee is the owner of the building. The assessee is a tenant who has undertaken to bear the cost of repairs of extra premises. रिपेयर कब घटेगा? हम कह रहे हैं बिल्डिंग का ओनर खुद असेसी है तो रेंट तो नहीं घटेगा, लेकिन उस बिल्डिंग का रिपेयर्स मेंटेनेंस चार्जेस लेस होगा इफ द बिल्डिंग इज यूज्ड फॉर द ऑपरेशन ऑफ द बिजनेस. If the building is taken as a rent, at the time of taking the building, an agreement had been constructed. अब रिपेयर की जिम्मेदारी असेसी ने अपने ऊपर ले लिया है, अंडरटेकिंग कर लिया है, प्रॉमिस कर लिया है कि मैं रिपेयर कराऊंगा, तो such types of repair will be allowed under section 30 of IT Act 1961. Okay student, are you getting what I am saying? Yes. This slide related to the section 31. Section 31, current repairs of the capital nature not being allowed. Amount paid on account of current repairs of machinery, plant or furniture shall not include any capital nature expenditure. In other words, we can say current repair other than the capital nature expenditure is allowed as a deduction in connection of the income under the head of profit and gains of business and profession. Dear students, ये capital nature का क्या होता है? रिपेयर. सपोज बिल्डिंग बिजनेस ओनर ने एक ओल्ड मशीन, बिजनेस ओनर हैज बीन परचेज ओल्ड मशीन, old plant, or this plant and this machine is not working and some expenses is paid to operate this machine. Such types of repair will be treated as a capital nature, and this types of capital nature repair is not allowed under section 31. The repairs which are the nature of the revenue will be allowed as a deduction under section 31. Dear students, मशीन आपने परचेस किया और आपने मशीन ला करके इंस्टॉलेशन कराया, इंस्टॉलेशन में जो खर्च हुए, नए मशीन इंस्टॉलेशन में खर्च किया, तो सच टाइप्स ऑफ इंस्टॉलेशन एक्सपेंसेस विल बी ट्रीटेड एज ए कैपिटल नेचर, नॉट रेवेन्यू नेचर. तो एट द टाइम ऑफ प्रिपरेटिंग द प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, रेवेन्यू नेचर एक्सपेंसेस विल बी अलाउड, कैपिटल नेचर एक्सपेंसेस नेवर बी अलाउड. And the capital nature expenses, depreciation allowance will be allowed under section 32 subsection 1. Okay students, depreciation section 32. depreciation क्या है? depreciation is a gradual loss. depreciation is a gradual loss due to wear and tear, due to wear and tear of the asset during the normal operation course of the business. Depreciation is a gradual loss due to wear and tear of the asset during the normal operation course of the business. But depreciation, rate of depreciation is fixed as per Income Tax Act 1961 section 32. 32 सेक्शन में जो रेट दिए गए हैं, उस रेट से ज्यादा डेप्रिसिएशन अलाउ ही नहीं होगा. उससे कम अगर डेप्रिसिएशन ऑलरेडी चार्ज किया गया है, तो जितना कम है वो ऑल अलाउड होगा. तो एट द टाइम ऑफ प्रिपेयरिंग द प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, द बिजनेस कंसर्न शुड पे अटेंशन ऑन सच टाइप्स ऑफ दीज पॉइंट. देयर स्टूडेंट्स, फर्स्ट, चार्ज ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन मैंडेटरी. डेप्रिसिएशन चार्ज करना मैंडेटरी है, बिकॉज ऐसा कोई एसेट ही नहीं है जिस पे डेप्रिसिएशन न लगे एक्सेप्ट लैंड. हर एसेट पर डेप्रिसिएशन कुछ ना कुछ लगता है. तो सेक्शन 32 अलाउ द डिडक्शन इन रेस्पेक्ट ऑफ depreciation resulting from the dimensions or exhaustion in the value of certain capital asset. Explanation 5 of this section provide the deduction that the deduction on account of depreciation shall be made compulsorily whether or not assessee has claimed the deduction in computing his total income. Dear student, depreciation will be allowed, mandated, it will be allowed. At the time of preparing the profit and loss account, if depreciation is not already shown in the profit and loss account, this will be mandated. ये शो करना होगा. Condition to be satisfied for allowance of depreciation. Dear student, the allowance of depreciation which is regulated by Rule 5 of Income Tax Rule 1962 is subject to the following condition which are cumulative in their application. Dear students, the asset in respect of which depreciation is claimed must belong to either of the following categories, namely building, machinery, plant, furniture being a tangible asset, know-how, patent, copyright, trademarks, licenses, franchises or any other business or commercial right of similar nature being intangible asset acquired on or after 1st April 1998, not being goodwill of the business or profession. These are the terminology of the asset which are included regarding to the asset for the operation of the business. The depreciation in the value of any other capital asset cannot be claimed as a deduction from the business income. Dear student, no depreciation is allowable on the cost of land on which the building is erected, because the term building refers only the superstructure but not land on which it has been created. Building on land depreciation is not charged. Depreciation land पर नहीं लगता है. तो at the time of charging the depreciation, लैंड पर डिप्रिसिएशन लागू नहीं होता, लैंड पर लगता भी नहीं. ओनली उस लैंड पर जो बिल्डिंग क्रिएटेड है, उस लैंड पर जो बिल्डिंग इरेक्टेड है, उस पर डिप्रिसिएशन लगता है. Dear students, sometimes additional depreciation is also allowable on plant and machinery. In case of an assessee exercising the option of shifting out the default tax regime provided under the section 115 BAC clause 1A and paying tax as per the optional tax regime under the regular provision of the act, additional depreciation is allowed on any new machinery or plant other than ship and aircraft acquired and installed by an assessee engaged in the business of manufacture or production of any article or thing in the business of generation, transmission or distribution of power at the rate of the actual cost of such machinery or plant. Dear student, at the time of computing the additional depreciation on plant and machinery, additional depreciation rate 10% to be allowed where the plant and machinery is put to use less than 180 days. 180 दिन से कम का यूज है तो answers types of case 10% depreciation will be allowed. Further बाकी जो बचेगा asset जो भी बैलेंस, further the balance additional depreciation at the rate of 10% मतलब 50% of 20%. On new plant and machinery additional पर 20% लगता है. Dear students, if the assessee exercise the option of shifting out the default tax regime provided under section 115 BAC subclause 1A in the immediately succeeding previous year. Dear students, plant and machinery not qualifying the additional depreciation, यानी these assets are not allowed as additional depreciation. Dear students, such additional depreciation will not be available in respect of first any machinery or plant, कोई भी मशीनरी plant before its installation by the assessee was used within or outside India by any other person. कोई एनी अदर पर्सन इंडिया में या इंडिया के बाहर उस मशीन का इस इंस्टॉलेशन के पहले अगर यूज कर लिया है तो दैट मशीनरी या दैट प्लांट विल नॉट बी ट्रीटेड एज ए न्यू मशीनरी. न्यू मशीनरी पर लगता है डिप्रिसिएशन एडिशनल. अब यूज हो गया तो सेकेंड हैंड हो गया. नेक्स्ट, एनी मशीनरी और प्लांट इंस्टॉल्ड इन ऑफिस प्रेमाइसिस, रेसिडेंशियल एकोमोडेशन or any guest house are not eligible as additional depreciation. Office appliances or road transport vehicles are any machinery or plant, the whole or part of the actual cost, which is allowed as a deduction whether by way of depreciation or otherwise, in computing the income chargeable under the heads profit and gains of business or profession will not be eligible as an additional depreciation. Dear students, section 32 provides the rate of depreciation. Rate of depreciation, all assets have been divided into 4 main categories, and rates of depreciation as per prescribed by Rule 5, Sub Rule 1 are given below. Dear students, this slide represent the rate of depreciation. First, 4 कैटेगरी में बांट दिया गया सारे से. ब्लॉक वन में बिल्डिंग which are not used mainly for the residential purpose except hotels and boarding house, इस पे 5% का रेट लगता है. ब्लॉक 2 में बिल्डिंग which are not used mainly for residential purposes and not covered block first and block 3 जो नीचे दिया गया है, इस पे 10% डिप्रेशन लगता है. ब्लॉक 3 बिल्डिंग एक्वायर्ड ऑन और आफ्टर 1 September 2002 फॉर इंस्टॉलिंग मशीनरी एंड प्लांट forming part of water supply project or water treatment system and which is put to use for the purpose of business or providing infrastructure facility will be allowed at the rate of 40%. Block 4 purely temporary erection such as wooden structure will be allowed as a depreciation of 40%. So dear students, today we have discussed about the section 31, section 30, section 31, section 32. Section 30 is related to the, section 30 was related to the rent, repairs, rent of the building premises. Section 31 was related to the repairs of the building, plant and machinery, and section 32 was related to the rates of the depreciation. So now I will discuss in next class about the rate of the depreciation on further asset which are directly used for the operation of the business. So I hope in today class which have been discussed before all of you, you got each and everything. If any confusion, please without any hesitations contact to me and talk to me. So thanks to all of you for your nice listening cooperation.